That's what I wrote that about. And like a lot of those songs I had written for a while, and like I feel really good about my songs on that album. It came out different because we were a different band. Like we had a whole lineup change after the stabbing and whatever.
What the stabbing?
Oh, you don't know about the stabbing?
No.
Man, I'll tell you. I'll go. It's real quick, and it's really not a big deal. I mean, we lost some pretty significant gigs because of the incident, but whatever. So when you're in a van, like with a...
If you have to start out by saying it's a stabbing, but it's not that big of a deal.
Well, when you're
Are
in
you
a...
going to want us to play some songs?
If y'all want to, I don't give
I
a
mean,
fuck.
I'm down
Y'all
for
can play-
sure.
yeah,
Whatever.
I'll
grab
man.
that guitar,
This
too.
is up to y'all, man. I'm on y'all's time.
Yeah, let's do
Grab
that.
your microphone, man. Pull it closer.
So
Check.
Yeah, say, hey, the logo on it. Talk into that, man.
Talk into the
Talk
logo.
into that.
Yeah, like I said, they'll pick up a
Zango.
mouse.
zing you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
These are my cheap mics. I'm telling you, though, they're just as good as if I sold my good ones. These are just as good as the fucking good ones, man.
Very good.
The
I like
other
it.
ones are just for show. Like, I'm not about showing off money. I wear nice clothes and shit, but other than that, like a Behringer fucking,
Yeah.
you know, like, that's right. I got a Yamaha right now, but I want like a Behringer. But anyways, it's stabbing.
Yeah.
It's stabbing. What happened?
Yeah. Man, yeah. So we were in McKinney, Texas, playing Hanks McKinney. Played the show, and when you're in a band with guys for years or whatever,
You hate them.
Your best friend.
Yeah, you
Y'all
start
hate,
to.
y'all
Well,
love
I
each
mean,
other, but y'all hate each other.
any little thing that you do will piss off another. Like it doesn't matter. And like you've been around. We were on the road for 3 years at that point, pretty much solid. Like we played 240 dates a year. Like a lot of
That's typical
shows.
family shit.
No,
You
and
know,
that's
you
what it
become a
is.
family at that
You're with
point,
your
now
brother.
who's not
But
arguing all the
so a
time
lot of
with
that stuff,
brothers
we
and
don't
sisters and
talk
shit.
about our problems because we're children or whatever. But so we go to Hanks, and at a place like Hanks, they put you up in the hotel that's literally next door, so you don't have to go anywhere after the gig, which everybody takes as license to like, oh, let's drink as much as we fucking can, and we'll stumble back to the hotel, and then we'll wake up
Done a
tomorrow
lot
and
of
deal
bad
with it.
shit in that hotel after concert.
Exactly. So we're in that hotel right next door, and as we're going over, the bass player is walking up the stairs, and the merch guy is walking up behind him, and they're one of those things, they just don't like each other because they've been around each other too much. And one of them, Peaches, the merch guy or whatever, tells the bass player he has a little dick. And in the police report, it's written up as argument began over comment on penis size.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, and so they start getting in a little push fight, which turns into like a kind of slapping fight, which kind of turns into a real, like, they're fucking brawling a little bit. And Biggie, our harmonica player, comes in, and he's friends with the merch guy, and not so much good friends with the bass player. And so he starts interceding on merch guy's behalf and gets merch guy out of the fray and just starts pummeling bass player in the face. And he's hitting him really hard, and he's pretty drunk, and, you know, like,
He might take it too far.
yeah, well, he might, yeah. And so the bass player feared for his life, and he took his knife out and he stabbed him twice in the chest. I would have recommended somewhere other than the chest, but that's what he did.
I would have stabbed the big son of a bitch.
I would
who
have
got on
stabbed him
top of
too.
me.
Yeah, probably
I mean,
in his leg or something, like, you know. So he stabbed him in the chest twice, and he's continued to beat bass player for another like 20 seconds, and then he looks down and it's covered in blood, and he falls down on the bed, and then he falls down on his knees and goes outside, and he's bleeding pretty good. So we could get the ambulance called, and when the paramedics got there, they were like, "You guys look familiar. Are you guys in a band or something?" Like, "Yeah, man, we're the damn Quails. Don't tell anybody about this." But yeah, so they take Biggie to the hospital, and he's in the hospital for overnight. And the doctor came in and was like, "Man, if you weren't such a fat ass, you'd be dead," because the knife came within like a half inch of his heart muscle, and like it was very, very close.
Kanan Price's bass player. You know who Kanan Bryce is? Kanan Bryce. He's
Kanan Bryce,
Kanan Bryce. He's from like Waxahachie.
It sounds
or something
familiar,
like that.
yeah.
Anyway, he's getting pretty big. I had him on last episode. His bass player used to be a bouncer and got cut. And they're like, dude,
Yeah.
if you hadn't been so big, it'd hit something. But anyways, go ahead.
No, yeah. So it was fine. But so, merch guy at the time had decided it'd be funny to tweet a picture of Biggie in the hospital with "It's all fun and games till someone gets stabbed," and then like some bigger people saw that we were
like
playing
the humor, but
festivals,
that's
and they
not-
kicked us off. And yeah, we couldn't get in to take it down. He was up for like 24 hours, and by that time the damage was done.